Good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. This is the second time I'm going to do this, so I'm going to try and be faster, which means I'm going to lose some of my my points here, because my phone asked me if I wanted to upgrade my Samsung account halfway through. Now, this is some propaganda I picked up at the beer store. I went there to pick up the, that right there, the PCIPA. Now, I have nothing against employees of the beer store. I have nothing against the company. I don't want to take away people's jobs. However, this propaganda bullshit has to stop. You people are fucking stupid for thinking that the people are going to fall for this shit and don't think about things. What you're doing is making a worse hole for yourself every time you put out this shit. And this is, again, to the company, not to the people that work there. So let's go over this this flyer, shall we? You might see my face. You might not. I don't know. Let's see here. You've probably heard a lot about selling liquor to convenience stores and gas stations. But we ask, would it be convenient for you if the price of beer skyrocketed? Now, first and foremost, I'm not for the corner store or gas station sales. Well, I'm sort of for it, but I'm not really. I'll explain that afterwards. Ontario has low beer prices because it already has a competitive beer market. It doesn't have a competitive beer market. It has a beer market where you can sell your beer at your brewery in your manufacturer licensed store. You can sell beer at the LCBO if you have a high enough I can't even talk now. Now I'm angry because it stopped on me. You can sell beer at the LCBO if you make enough of it and you get through everything, and you can sell beer at the beer store if you pay the price to do it. Prices at the beer store are set by individual brewers in competition with other brewers. Prices aren't set by the beer store. Yes and no. Prices are not set by the beer store. That is true. However, the beer store is owned 49% Molson Coors, 49% Anheuser-Busch InBev, and 2% Sleeman or Sapporo. So, the beer store is owned by the three biggest beer companies in Canada. Those three biggest beer companies set their own beer prices that they know their beer is going to get sold for at the beer store, which they own and is the only, other than the LCBO, distribution outlet for their beer. So the beer is technically actually created, well, the beer prices are actually done by the beer store, even though they're not done by the beer store, at least for the three major brands and all their subsidiaries. The beer store carries 400 brands from 100 brewers. Any brewer can compete against them. We're going to completely disregard the any brewer can compete against them part, because no brewer can unless they have distribution, which they can't have unless they pay or make a high enough amount of beer. 400 brands, yes, okay, I accept that. 100 brewers, you have maybe 5 American craft brewers. You have maybe, let's say, 18 Ontario craft brewers and Canadian craft brewers, and then you have everything else as subsidiaries of 3 companies. So let's say you have 26 brewers. Let's stop hiding what it is. Shock Top is Busch. Bud is Busch. Labatt is Busch. Alexander Keith's is Busch. 27. Moosehead is an independent. 27 brewers. Okay. Convenience store lobbyists first told government and the public that liquor prices would drop if they could sell these products. Now they admit the public will actually pay more. Direct quote from Dave Bryan, CEO of Ontario Convenience Stores Association, Global News, February 9th, 2004. Yes, you would probably pay more for convenience because of location, because of hours of service. He is completely right on that, and if any of you thought that the beer prices would drop because of the convenience stores selling them, you were idiots. I mean, let's be honest, everything's more expensive at a convenience store. Bread, chocolate bars, coffee, everything. It doesn't matter what you're buying, you're paying for convenience. So what convenience stores were trying to do is make more money for themselves, be like almost every other province in Canada, and I say almost because there are some that don't do it. I mean, I shouldn't even say other provinces in Canada, be like most places in the world. Canada's still kind of behind the times in this. Now here's a little map that they give you with the different beer prices. You see that Quebec is the only one with less than us. Everybody else more expensive. Now $32 is what they put there. Now I don't know if they're comparing all the same beers. Like, are they comparing Lucky across the board? What are they comparing? Because I mean, a 2-4 of blue right now is $32.95. A 12 pack of Canadian at the moment is on sale for $20.95. A 12 pack of Sleeman Seasonal Selections is on sale right now for $20.95. So that's a 12 pack, not a 2-4, and this is the 2-4 pricing that they're doing here. A 2-4 of cans of our budget beer is $45. What prices are you comparing here? I'm going on a tangent now, and these are tangents that I was already on, so it's harder for me to stay in the same aspect the second time through. Only Quebec has lower beer prices than Canada, and that is because their beer taxes are only half the rate of Ontario's. If Quebec taxed beer at the same rate, their prices would be higher than Ontario's. That's speculation. You don't know what Quebec would do. Quebec residents would riot if their beer prices went up too high, so there's no saying that they actually would be higher than ours. Yeah, they'd be taxed more, so the individual stores would make less profit, but if you want to stay competitive in Quebec, you'd have to keep your prices low. Even if every beer went down to Ontario's lowest legal price, every beer company, even craft brewers for the most part, except for like weird one-off barrel-aged beers that they only made 1 hectoliter of and shit like that, would make money. Let's be honest. It's a business, they want to make more money, so they're charging what they know you'll pay. Higher delivery costs will be incurred due to reduced loads, going to more than 10,000 small stores. Higher delivery costs and convenience store markups will drive prices higher. It'll drive prices higher at convenience stores. The prices should remain the same at the LCBO, at the beer store, which they're not really trying to close, they're just trying to take your monopoly away, and at the breweries themselves, which is where most people should go, because then all the profits stay in the brewery. Anyway, higher delivery costs will be incurred. Any big brand store, Max, all that stuff, will have a warehouse that these beers go to, and then from the warehouse they get shipped to the stores. So you're not having all these trucks coming from the brewery to each different little store. Come on, people, come on, use your heads here. I would hope that the Ontario Convenience Store Association was smart enough to know logistically how to do this. I would hope they know how to get everything else there. This has happened before. After Alberta and BC deregulated liquor sales, prices jumped. The average price of a 2-4 bottle case of beer in Alberta and BC is more than $10 higher than in Ontario. A case of beer in Alberta and BC often sell for more than $50. Prices would go up and go up and go up. And this so-called convenience worth a $50 case? We don't think so. Get the facts at www.ontariobeerfacts.ca. First off, any facts being given out by the beer store to defend their monopoly is just stupid to follow. Any facts being given to you by the Ontario Convenience Store Association as well is stupid to follow, because they're just trying to get rid of the monopoly. In all honesty, do your own research. Do your own research and don't use their fucking sites. Do your own research and find this shit out. Prices won't just keep going up unless you idiots are stupid enough to keep paying the prices that keep going up. Stop buying it, the prices go down. That's the way things work. Even in craft beer, right now the prices are going up because they know you'll pay it. We switch around to the next page, and we get it's not just prices that will go up. A new study shows 1 in 5, 21% of Ontario convenience stores sell cigarettes to underage patrons. Are they up to the task of selling alcohol responsibly? 1 in 5 sell cigarettes to underage patrons? Oh my god! Major chain stores and independents are equal offenders. Toronto region stores have a highest offense rate at 56%. First off, who did this study? And if they did this study, why is there not a whole bunch of fines out there to pay for all of Ontario's debt? Because it's what, $20,000 fine? $200,000 fine? What is, I don't even remember the fine. It's in front of me every day at work, and I just don't look at it. Also, there's jail time that can be done with that. Why is there not a whole bunch of convenience store clerks in jail? And let me let you know, beer store, the LCBO, which is a government agency, is known to sell to underagers at times. I mean, there's been studies that have shown that. You know what else has happened? When I was 17 and 18, I bought a lot of beer underage. I was buying beer all over the Ottawa Valley. So I can tell you that at least 50% of your beer stores in the Ottawa Valley sell beer to underagers. And they had Dial-A-Beer back then. And I can tell you the Dial-A-Beer guy sold beer to underagers. So fuck you and your stupid study. Okay, this propaganda shit is just getting stupid. Get the facts. If Ontario adopts liquor sales at convenience stores and gas stations, beer, wine, and liquor prices will be higher. At the convenience stores and at the gas stations, yes they will. You are right. Sales to underage and impaired drinkers will increase. Well, that's again just speculate. Well, you know what? It isn't speculation. It will increase because there's more places for them to buy it. The more places there are for them to buy it, the more of them will slip through. But it's not like every underage kid will have it and every drunk person will have it. Drunks can buy beer all the time right now. I watch drunks go into LCBOs after collecting change and buying a can, going out and drinking it. Once they get enough change to buy another can, they go in and buy another can and drink it. Last one here. Government tax revenue will be compromised. Well, I don't know where you're going with that, because if sales to underage and impaired drinkers will increase, government tax revenue will increase. So the government should be all for this. You know what? Let more underagers and drunks buy beer wherever they want to buy it, because we're getting more tax, right? Right? I mean, in all honesty, that is what will happen. If that happens, they will be able to buy more beer, which will put more money in the government's pockets. That's exactly what will happen with that. Now, as I said, I am against the corner store sales. I mean, it is a step in the right direction for Ontario. But the corner store lobbyists that are sitting here telling you that they will only sell craft beer are liars. They are. Go to Quebec. You will find a few craft beers in Quebec. Most stores, even the Beer Kings, the Beer Baron, Beer Baron. Or is it Beer King? I don't even remember. He's in Elmer, Quebec. He was a corner store that just became more beer than anything else. There's like 10 bags of chips, some chocolate bars, some gum, and the rest of the store is beer. There's like 12 craft beers in there. Everything else is major brands. Why? Because major brands sell. The Ontario Convenience Store Association will not only carry craft beer. There might be a few corner stores, a few independents that carry only craft beer, but the major companies will carry more big brands than anything else. And yeah, this is speculation for me, but speculation on a business standpoint. Just like I'm already admitting that I'm speculating that beer prices will go up there. It's just a known fact. It's a known fact that they will want to sell beer that sells. So yeah, they might have a whole bunch of local beers, but the majority of their shelf space, the minimal shelf space they will have, will be big breweries. Because it moves. No matter what price you sell it at, somebody will buy it at 10:30 at night when they can't get it anywhere else. There is a bill that was proposed. This bill was that any manufacturer could sell their own beer at any retail store they own. Now, every brewery also can sell beer at their brewery. So any manufacturer could sell beer that they made or any other manufacturer made. Now, I know you'll think, oh my god, who would sell somebody else's beer? That's competition. Here's what I think is going to happen. If that bill passes, what I think is going to happen, what I assume would happen, and what I would do as a business person, is change the structure of the OCB, the Ontario Craft Brewers Association, and make it so that if you are a member of the OCB, you have to sell other OCB beers at your property to support the OCB and keep the distribution lines open. That's what I would think would happen, and that's why I like this new bill that's been proposed, because that bill allows distribution to happen without the LCBO and without the beer store and with friendly competition still happening, but also support to help make other breweries strong. Will the beer from Muskoka be as cheap as buying beer at Muskoka if it's being sold at, say, Nickelbrook? Probably not, because Nickelbrook will have to make a little bit of a profit on it. That profit would probably get split between Nickelbrook and the OCB, but Muskoka would still get their profit of selling their beer originally to Nickelbrook. Again, just as an idea here. That's something I like, because that's going more into the way I want the rules to change. I would love to see some private shops that can bring in whatever they want. The corner store thing, yeah, it's a step in the right direction, but it's also a step back, because it's just helping sell more big brand stuff more than anything else. So again, there's a lot of people from the beer store that watch my videos. There's a lot of them on my Facebook page. This isn't an attack on you. This is an attack on the propaganda bullshit that your company is putting out. I don't want your company to close. I do and I don't. I want them to lose their ability of being the place everybody has to go to get big brand beer. Any licensee has to buy the big brand beer from the beer store. The licensee should have to buy it, if anything, from the LCBO. If it's not going to be from the brewery itself, from the LCBO, because the LCBO is our government agency, not the beer store. That's what I want to have change. Other than that, I don't want you to close. You're still a great receptacle for our recycled bottles. You still do carry a lot of beers. You're still in a lot of places. But this right here is complete bullshit. And the fact that you have people that believe it is complete bullshit. And that ad, hey boys, what you doing tonight, boys? You have a good night tonight, boys. Here you go, 12-year-old kids, because I don't know what boys... I think boys need to have their beer. Here you go, boys. Have your beer and take your beer out and drink it, boys. Make sure you're driving a car, too, boys. This shit is stupid, okay? This shit, saying 1 in 5 sell cigarettes to underagers, is stupid. I'm betting you 1 in 5 beer stores sell beer to underagers too. Come on, people. Anyone can do a study and say that. Fuck, I can go out and dress somebody up that make them look old and send them into a whole bunch of beer stores with... Maybe we should. You know what? Maybe that's what we should do. Let's get a whole bunch of people with hidden cameras, dress underagers up to look older, and see how many beer stores will sell them a 6-pack. Just a 6-pack, or even a single can, because that's still selling alcohol to an underager. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do our own study, YouTube. Let's do our own fucking study. Let's do it. Let's give them some numbers back. Let's give them some numbers back. You guys think you're really available to do this? You're really up to this task? You really think so? Because I don't think so either. This is just stupid now. This is just stupid. Now I'm getting angry for no reason. You guys are being fucking retarded. Excuse that language because I hate that word. But this is just moronic now. Moronic. Stop trying to defend a stupid monopoly you have with shit like this. You want to defend your monopoly? Redo your business plan. Come out and say, you know what, we fucked up. We did this for so long because there was no other player in the game and no one could compete against us. Now with all these craft breweries and all the pressure we have and everybody wanting things to be local, we really should change our strategy. And change your strategy. Don't do this shit. Don't try and make people out to be stupid. Don't think that people are stupid. This is the problem you have. The older generation that were with you since you started as the brewer's retail are dying. They're dying. And the next generation, their kids, are getting too old to drink. Or don't have any money because their retirement fund is shit. The younger kids that start asking questions and are getting pushed into the local, fresh, natural movement are your clientele right now. Evolve. Evolve. The province has to evolve. You have to evolve with it, or you're going to be destroyed. Doing this shit is going to do nothing but destroy you. You're losing more and more people every time you put something like this out. Evolve. Become a better company. Thank you. Bye.